Today we come to Philippians 4, verse 10 through 13. Today and tomorrow is kind of the last point as Paul's bringing forward. And then the following day is his wrapping up this letter. Now, part of this is he's in jail. He's dealing with many and various things. He's dealt with a lot more than the Philippians ever have really had to deal with. And so, Elon is speaking directly to them. Now, this is near the end. This is not the reasoning for the letter, but it is an issue that's going forward that he wants to share and bring comfort. Now, Paul says, I rejoiced in the Lord greatly that now at length you have revived your concern for me. Kind of need to get the next sentence too. You were indeed concerned for me, but you had no opportunity. So he's blessed and glad that they're able to help and be there with him, to be concerned about him. And in this case, to then help him in the ministry where he's at. And he is suffering. He is undergoing persecution. It is a difficult time, to say the least. And yet, I praise the Lord. And again, you're getting the praise, the thanksgiving, that in all things, having joy, not the same as happiness. Happiness, kind of that emotional feeling, but joy, true joy in the Lord. And so you get the word rejoice. Joying might almost be a thought of rejoicing. And the rejoicing can always be done in every circumstance. And so he rejoices that their concern and their ability to help for their own good has taken place. Verse 11, not that I am speaking of being in need, for I have learned in whatever situation I am to be content. Now, again, you notice I have learned in every situation to be happy no. I have learned in every situation to be content. And to be content is very much to know I am in the Lord's hands. The Lord is watching over me. I am content because of where I'm at. Now, Paul knows, going to Romans 8, God works in all things for our good. Not for our happiness always, but for our good. Absolutely, he does. Romans 5, Paul also knows that the biggest enemy that we have of ourselves is our sinful human nature. That nature that wants to go forward and to do all sorts of things that will hurt and harm ourselves and those that are around us, to just blow everything up. And sinful human nature is about the immediate emotion and the self-centeredness and what I can get right now for me. Paul is saying, I know myself. I know my sinful nature. I know God is always wanting to be there for me and will be. Nevertheless, that is why I am content. No matter what's going on, the Lord is by my side. I know how to be brought low, and I know how to abound. In every circumstance, I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. Learn in all situations to sit in God's holy hands, because that's the proper place to be, where the Lord will watch over, care, and I'm in his hands. And again, content doesn't mean abundance. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. But being content where the Lord has put us and placed us, and knowing that we are in the Lord's hands. Now that brings peace in every situation. And you can go to every situation and ask and look, and in every situation, we are with the Lord and in the Lord's hands. And that is what can make us, in the words Paul uses here, being content in every situation. Lastly, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Now, some people have taken that passage, taken out of context, and see, I will become president. I will become whatever. And therefore, I can do all things That's kind of putting ourselves in God's place. That's then saying, Lord, I'm going to be the one telling you what to do. No, that's not what Paul's saying. I can do all things. He's just talked about going through abundance, going through need, being content where the Lord has placed him, and in all things being in the Lord's hands. What this verse is talking about is not that I can go out and rule. No, this is about me being in place, and it's the Lord that strengthens me, whether in contentment, whether always in contentment, whether in abundance, whether in need, whether things are going great, whether things are in the garbage. The Lord will strengthen me, and I can make it through all things with his strength and with him being there. He